Vishnupad Paramamsa Parajikacharya, Aswatar Shishiman His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, Ananta Kori Vaishnavini Ki Jai, Namacharya Haridas Thakur Ki Jai, Prem Sikho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Gaur Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai, Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gop Gopinath Syama Kund Radha Kund Girovardhan Ki Jai, Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai, Navadvip Mayapur Dham Ki Jai, Sri Jamuna Mai Ganga Mein Bhakti Devi Tulsi Devi Ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai, Shri Shri Gaur Nitai Ki Jai, Shri Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Ki Jai, Shri Shri Rukmini Dwarkadish Ki Jai, Nudwarkadam Ki Jai, Gaur Premananda Haribo. All glories is some devotees. All glories is some devotees. All glories is some devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 2, Text 20. Prayers by the Demigods. Tam Vikshya Kamsa Prabhayajitantaram Virochayantim Bhavanam Suchi Smitam Ahaisa Me Pranaharo Harirguham Dhruvam Shvito Yanna Pureyam Idrishi Tam Vikshya Kamsa Prabhayajitantaram Virochayantim Bhavanam Suchismitam Ahai Same Pranaharo Harir Guham Dhruvam Shito Yanapureyam Idrishi. Archita, is that, does that work? Wait. Ahai Same Prana Haroharir Guham Dhruvam Shvitoyan Napureyam Idrishi Tam Vikshikam Sa Prabhayajitantaram Varochayantim Bhavanam Suchismitam Ahai Shame Prana Aroharir Guham Dhruvam Shitoyan Napureyam Idrishi. Vikshakamsa Prabhayanchitantaram Virochayantim Bhavanam Suchismitam Avaisame Pran Harir Guham Dhruvam Shitoyan Napureyam Idrishi Tamikshamsa Prabhaya Jitantaram Virochayantim Bhavanam Suchismitam Ahaishame Prana Haro Harir Guham Dhuvam Shitoyan Napureyam Idrishi. Matajis. Tambeksha Hamsa Prabhaya Jitantaram Virochayantim Bhavanam Suchismitam Ahaisame Prana Haror Harir Guham Dhruvam Shitoyan Napureyam Idrishi Tambekshaham Sam Prabhaya Jitantaram Virochayantim Bhavanam Suchi Smitam Ahaisame Prana Haror Harir Guham Dhruva Sitoyan Napure Idrishi. Tam her Devaki. Viksya, after seeing Kamsa, her brother Kamsa, Prabhaya, with the enhancement of her beauty and influence. Ajita Antaram, because of keeping Ajita, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu within herself. Virochayantim, illuminating. Bhavanam, the whole atmosphere of the house. Suchismitam, smiling and brilliant. Aha, said to himself, Esha, this Supreme Person, my Pranahara, who will kill me, Hari, Lord Vishnu, Guham, within the womb of Devaki, Dhruvam, certainly, Shrita has taken shelter, yet because Na was not, Pura, formerly, Iyam, Devaki, Idrishi, like this. Translation. Because the Supreme Personality of Godhead was within her womb, Devaki illuminated the entire atmosphere in the place where she was confined. Seeing her jubilant, pure, and smiling, comes a thought, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu, who is now within her, will kill me. Devaki has never before looked so brilliant and jubilant. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The Lord says in Bhagavad Gita 4:7, Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyutanam adharmasya taratmanam sujamyaham. Whenever and wherever there is a decline in religious practice, O descendant of Bharat, and a predominant rise of irreligion, at that time I descend myself. In this age, at the present moment, there are inordinate discrepancies in the discharge of human duties. Human life is meant for God realization. But unfortunately, the materialistic civilization is stressing only the senses of the body, not understanding the living force within the body. As clearly stated in Bhagavad Gita, Dehinosmin yata dehe. Within the body is the body's proprietor. the living force, which is more important. But human society has become so fallen that instead of understanding the living force within the body, people have become busy with external things. This is a discrepancy in human duties. Therefore, Krishna has taken birth or taken shelter within the womb of the Krishna consciousness movement. Men of Kamsa's class, therefore, are very much afraid and are busy trying to stop this movement, especially in the Western countries. One politician has remarked that the Krishna consciousness movement is spreading like an epidemic, and that if not checked immediately, within 10 years it may capture governmental power. There is, of course, such potency in the Krishna consciousness movement, as stated by authorities Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Lila 1722, Kali Kale Nam Rupa Krishna Avatar. In this age, Krishna has appeared in the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. The Krishna consciousness movement is spreading like wildfire all over the world, and it will go on doing so. Men who are like Kamsa are very much afraid of the government's, of the movement's progress and acceptance by the younger generation. But as Krishna could not be killed by Kamsa, this movement cannot be checked by men of Kamsa's class. The movement will go on increasing more and more, provided the leaders of the movement remain firmly Krishna conscious by following the regular principles and the primary activities of chanting the Hare Krishna mantra regularly. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Tambikshya Kamsa Prabhaya Jitantaram Virochayantim Bhavanam Suchismitam Ahaisa me prana haro harir haikuyam Dhruvam Shrito Yanna Pureyam Idrishi. Because the Supreme Personality of Godhead was within her womb, Devaki illuminated the entire atmosphere in the place where she was confined. Seeing her jubilant, pure and smiling, Kamsa thought, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu is now within her, will kill me. Devaki has never before looked so brilliant and jubilant. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chaksur Unmilitam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah. I was born in the darkness of ignorance, and my spiritual master opened my eyes with the torchlight of knowledge. I offer my respectful obeisances unto his lotus feet. So herein, Srila Prabhupada gives a very strong purport. Srila Prabhupada's purport, his purports, he said himself, are his devotional ecstasies. The purports that Prabhupada gives are not something common or ordinary. One time, Srila Prabhupada said, my Guru Maharaj was not an ordinary man. He saved me. In that way, in the same way, the Vaishnavas have to be thinking constantly, no matter who your guru is, in this Krishna consciousness movement, that Srila Prabhupada is not an ordinary man. He saved me. He has saved me. Because of Srila Prabhupada's books, because of Srila Prabhupada's temples, because of Srila Prabhupada's teachings, because of Srila Prabhupada's chanting, we have all been saved. Of course, your Guru Maharaj was also saved by Srila Prabhupada, and he's giving you Srila Prabhupada so that you can also be saved. This is our strict philosophy. Persons who do not agree with this understanding of being a Prabhupada Anuga, we are Prabhupada Anugas, followers of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, then you're in the wrong movement. This ISKCON movement, Srila Prabhupada is the Samstapakacharya. He is the founder Acharya. Sometimes they would say, or put on BBT books, or BTG, Acharya of the International Society. Prabhupada said, no. Founder Acharya. Samstapakacharya. Not an ordinary man. And his purports, just like this transcendental purport. These books that Prabhupada has given, his translations of Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Nectar of Devotion, Nectar of Instruction, he stated himself in 1977, these are the law books for mankind for the next 10,000 years. Not that this was pertinent in 1975 for you hippie bums, but nowadays we're so cultured and educated, it doesn't really apply. It applies to you as much as it applies to us and everyone. Prabhupada didn't give his purports for 1975. Prabhupada gave his purports for the next 10,000 years and on. Those purports are transcendental, divyam. They are his devotional ecstasies. He's not an ordinary man. These are not ordinary books. He saved us. He is saving the planet. He built a house in which the whole world could live. In 1975, we had the great fortune of being in Sridham Mayapur. And Srila Prabhupada was on morning walk, sannyasis and GBCs. Some of us brahmacharis snuck along with that walk. And Prabhupada was walking in Sridham Mayapur in the rice paddies. You know better than me. What do they call the low part of the rice paddy in the field? There's the low and the high. Huh? Anyway, Srila Prabhupada was walking, and Jayapataka Maharaj, Gurudev, at the time, sannyasi, nice devotee, leader of Sridham Mayapur, 1975. He was on the high part of the rice paddy. And Srila Prabhupada was on the lower part. And Prabhupada put out his hand to Jayapataka Maharaj. The walk had stopped. Prabhupada wanted to climb up on the high part of the rice paddy field. And so Jayapataka Maharaj helped him up. We were all watching, 20 men on the walk, young boys actually, 20, 22-year-old boys. And Prabhupada took his fingers and put it in Jayapataka Maharaj's chest. Jayapataka Maharaj at the time was 6'1", not quite as big, but maybe 220 pounds. Big Wisconsin man. Nice devotee, transcendental devotee. Prabhupada was 5'6", maybe 125 pounds externally. Prabhupada put his fingers on, and I think Jayapataka Maharaj played football in high school and college. He was big, boy. Srila Prabhupada put his fingers on Jayapataka Maharaj's chest when he got to the top and pushed him off the mound, off the high mound, so that he stumbled to the lower. And he was looking at Prabhupada. We were all looking at Prabhupada. Was Prabhupada playing King of the Hill? When we were children in Chicago, They had a game where you climb to the hill, and if you get there first, you throw everyone else off the hill. But if you're more strong, then you throw the guy off the hill who's on the hill. And it's called King of the Hill. It's a mundane children's game. People would get hurt. It was very dangerous. So we thought that Prabhupada's very playful today. And then Prabhupada said something astonished us. Prabhupada said, don't do this to your spiritual master. He has taken you from a low place to a high place. Do not push him away. Do not push your spiritual master away. In other words, the example, Jayapataka Maharaj had helped Srila Prabhupada. He was using Jayapataka Maharaj as the example of the Guru. He brought me from a low place to a higher place. Don't push him away. The spiritual master has brought us from a very low place of mundane life that we were living. And he has brought us to this high place of Krishna consciousness. Don't dare push the spiritual master away. Oh, I know more than my Guru Maharaj. Don't jump over the head of your spiritual master. And Srila Prabhupada has said, even the government, if we follow our spiritual master seriously and sincerely, not concoct, not amend, not add, not adjust anything to his teachings. Prabhupada said within 10 years we could take over the government. Government leaders were frightened. In India, they were saying in the 70s, oh, these Hare Krishnas are CIA. They can't be. American boys and girls, Western boys and girls can't be becoming Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis. They couldn't understand. So they thought that we were all members of CIA doing some kind of spying on the country of India. Even I think they said the Parliament had discussed. And Prabhupada himself even said, if they knew what I was trying to accomplish and what I was doing, actually they'd try to get rid of me. Prabhupada said. So, government said, Prabhupada says here, that men like Kamsa, politician, remarked, the Krishna conscious movement is spreading like epidemic, a spiritual version of Ebola, and that if not checked immediately within 10 years, it'll capture government power. Actually, it's taking a little bit more than 10 years, but we should hang in there. It could still happen. Prabhupada said, yes, it will happen. And gradually, someone has to get in the White House first to clean the White House, and gradually we'll work our way up from there. But Prabhupada has said it, therefore it will happen. The spiritual master has given the benediction, therefore, if we follow him strictly, Prabhupada said, there'll be no hindrance to this Krishna consciousness movement as long as the leaders and the members follow the instructions of the spiritual master and follow the regular principles of freedom. Not concocting anything. Not that, oh, this temple, that's an old school temple. They don't really know how to do things in the modern way. Srila Prabhupada instructed us how to do things, and we change that. We try to make some adjustment to Srila Prabhupada's teachings. We're asking for trouble. Srila Prabhupada is the transcendental Vaikuntha man. He's a Vaikuntha man coming from the spiritual abode. He was not an ordinary man. And he is giving us the formula, the teachings, the instructions, how we ourselves and the whole planet can become Krishna conscious. If we apply that with our heart and soul, if we give our consciousness and our whole energy to assisting our spiritual master to establish the principles of Krishna consciousness, without thinking, I know more than my spiritual master. How you know more? You were a hippie in Kansas City. What do you know? You were a butcher in Chicago. What do you know? Our spiritual master, my spiritual master, he saved me. He gave me the opportunity for this fallen soul, for this useless person to take up Krishna consciousness. And that opportunity is waiting for millions and millions and millions of people. Jale dako te kaha, Krishna Upadesh, Amara Gyai, Guruhan Tare Desh. Prabhupada said in yesterday's purport, I think it was. Wasn't it? Kali Kale Nam Krishna Avatar. Anyway, Prabhupada said so many times, everywhere you go, everyone you meet, he told Kurma, the Brahmin, make them Krishna conscious. Give them the science of Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. Make your countrymen devotees of Krishna. By the simple process of giving them Krishna books, giving them Krishna Prasad, giving them chanting of the Maha Mantra. I've said yesterday at the Sunday feast, we went in the morning to St. John's Cathedral. They had a beautiful service. They invited the Hare Krishnas to chant the Maha Mantra and play Krishna conscious music. So we went there and participated in their service. They were all very happy. We played as the people arrived while the priests were coming through, 200, 250 people, while everyone was standing before the pulpit or the altar, I think they call. Big temple on Adams and Figueroa downtown. And at the end of the program, in their actual magazine for the program, 2-hour service, it said, please stay around to meet the musicians and enjoy the snacks for the soul. So I showed my son, who was the mridanga player for the event, oh, we can offer it, it's snacks for the soul. And he said, I'll take a look. So he went back to the table, and he came back to me and he said, Pita, those are not snacks for the soul. Those are snacks with the soul. A beautiful service, chanting. They were chanting, the Lord bless you and the Lord bless you too. Amen, hallelujah. All beautiful, praising God. And then they have the audacity to say snacks for the soul. And it was hot dogs. One of the preparations I said yesterday looked like soggy cauliflower pakoras. I thought, oh, they've got cauliflower pakoras. It was Kentucky Fried Chicken. Beautiful service, and then you have to spoil everything by ruining the point of even having the service, eating your mother. Now that we prayed to God, let's all eat our mother. They also had some fish, everything. I asked one of the priests, we're vegetarian. Is there anything vegetarian? He said, well, let me show you all the non-veg. And the only thing everything was eliminated. 18 preparations, they made a big feast. And there was one that was a piece of bread. And hopefully that didn't have eggs in it. So, it is our business. Of course, it was difficult to educate them there at their church. But it's our business to educate them. You have to live a spiritual life. If you're practicing devotional service, spiritual activities, don't be Dharma Projita. Dharma Projita Kaitavotra, Paramo Nirmat Saranam Satam. Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto says that this Krishna consciousness kicks out false religiosity. People have to take to real spirituality. Get intoxicated with real spirituality by chanting, dancing, eating prasad, reading Srila Prabhupada's books, and following strictly the Acharya and the predecessor Acharya. Prabhupada says if our leaders keep to this program, then Krishna consciousness movement will spread like wildfire. It's already spreading like wildfire. We said at the Sunday feast, everyone focus very deeply and try to chant with us the Hare Krishna mantra. There's beautiful chanting by Madhurika, and one young lady from Santa Barbara came to our apartment. I said, if you chant, you will feel the real intoxication of Krishna consciousness. You eat Krishna prasad, you will feel intoxicated. It's not an intoxication like the mundane persons get, that you die in an elevator shaft from taking intoxications. This intoxication is eternal and continues forever. It is real intoxication of the soul. The girl came over to the apartment and said, you're right, I feel totally intoxicated. So we gave her some books and beads and neck beads and talked to her about Krishna consciousness. And people have to see, we have to give them the opportunity to get that intoxication of Krishna consciousness, to give up their intoxication within this material world. To give them Srila Prabhupada, who was always intoxicated with love of Godhead. Prema Pumarto Mahan. Who was constantly intoxicated. We were so attracted to Prabhupada because he was always transcendentally intoxicated with. And we were all searching for intoxication. Most of us, if not all of us, had done all the intoxications you could possibly do and crashed the next morning or that night. And we knew there's got to be something higher than this. Something better than El Dopo. And surely there is. And somehow by Krishna's grace, because of Srila Prabhupada. All the predecessor acharyas are there behind him, but it was because of Prabhupada. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur Sridhar Swami, all the great predecessor acharyas, they never came to America. It wasn't opportune. We wouldn't have known about them had it not been for our beloved Srila Prabhupada. And he gave us that opportunity to become intoxicated and stay intoxicated. Devotees wrote in the early days a little pamphlet called "Stay High Forever." And everyone wanted to know, how can I do that? Because the big problem with getting high is you can't stay high. You're only high for a few hours, then it goes away. But Krishna consciousness, you stay high forever if you follow seriously and sincerely. If you apply the principles of our spiritual master and the principles, the regular principles of freedom and the principles of the Krishna consciousness movement. We saw Prabhupada so transcendently intoxicated, we wanted to become intoxicated like him. And you see, the devotees, so much stress in running a temple, running the publishing, national publishing house. Savas is walking around intoxicated all day, smiling. People are leaving, buildings are crumbling. Someone is suing, we lost so many dollars. Smiling, happy, intoxicated. Tadit Prabhu, intoxicated. So many difficulties to run a nice gift shop and to manage the devotees, but keeping big smile of intoxication, real smile. Sometimes they meet our Sankirtan devotees and they say, wow, you're making me feel peaceful and happy, because devotees are smiling from the soul. They're not smiling like some phony actor or actress. They're smiling from the soul. Yayatma suprasidati. Srimad Bhagavatam states that this philosophy, this practice of Krishna consciousness gives satisfaction to the soul if we take it up properly and humbly. And when we become satisfied in the soul, suprasidati, samprasad, when we become soul satisfied, that is intoxication that travels. What do they call it here? Like a epidemic. You can give that epidemic transcendental intoxication to others. The girl was staying in our apartment. She said, I just feel so happy to be around you guys. And we were like, it was like 8 o'clock, 8:15. We were like, okay, well, we'll see you now. And she wouldn't leave. Isn't it? I had to say, okay, I've got to take some medicine. I'm a patient of cedar cyanide. Good to have you by and keep in touch with us. After like an hour, we were like, okay, stay intoxicated, but we've got to get on with. So this is Krishna consciousness. Let's give it to everyone. This is our business, and that will make our Guru Maharaj very happy. We will become happy, and the people are happy. All glory to Sri Guru and Gauranga. And I won't be giving class for a few weeks. Is that all right? That's like getting forwards to God.